All right. Good Saturday morning, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to the South Florida Gospel News Radio Studio. I am your host. I am your host, Deborah Hall McCullin. Thank you for tuning in to the South Florida Gospel News Radio Studio. And I thank you so much for supporting me every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock a.m. sharp. Now, one thing I'm sure to be is on time. And today's special guest is Reverend Iona Gamble. She will be tuning in with us shortly. And so it is Women's History Month. So let me show women's history. We're celebrating Women's History Month. So while we are waiting for Reverend Iona to come on, I'm going to read a little bit about her bio to you. She was recently in the February issue of Gospel Updates magazine. This is Gospel Updates magazine, and you can find the magazine at gospelupdates.com. Reverend Iona has a full spread in Gospel Updates magazine. I ordered this. You can also view it online. They have all of the pages, I believe, in PDF form, where you can take a look. Again, it's gospelupdates.com. And that is Reverend Iona. She has a two-page spread in Gospel Updates magazine. Oops, sorry about that. Hit my microphone. All right, so I'm going to read the bio while we wait for her to log in. I see her. Good morning. So I'm going to read the brief bio from Gospel Updates magazine, and then we're going to get on. We're going to get started. I'm so excited to have her here. I've been following her for many, many years, and I'm just so honored that she agreed to come on to the South Florida Gospel News Radio program. All right. So Reverend Iona Joseph Gamble is a licensed ordained preacher, teacher, and evangelist, and she hails from West Palm Beach, Florida. She's a songwriter with a diversified repertoire, which includes gospel, classical, country, soul, blues, collegiate band, and chorale music. Her gospel genre encompasses hymns, traditional worship, rap, ballads, and contemporary. A music graduate of Palm Beach Junior College and Bethune-Cookman University, Iona furthered her music studies at Miami University and Florida State University. Though mainly a solo vocalist, and yes, she can sing now, she is also teamed up with her late son, Sean Joseph, as executive producer and recording artist for Brighter Days Ahead and the Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune tribute song. Her deep belief and abiding faith in God gave birth to the anointed music of truth with a relevant message that touches the hearts of people. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please welcome Reverend Iona Joseph Campbell to South Florida Gospel News Radio. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
I am doing very, very well. It's my honor to have you. Let me move my camera a little bit on South Florida Gospel News Radio. I think that's better. Okay, I better go this way. I repositioned my microphone so that it will be a little bit closer to me, but I think next week I'm gonna put it back where I had it. Okay. Well, we are celebrating you for Women's History Month this morning, and thank you so much for agreeing to come on. So, what I would like for you to do is take us basically through your life and your music career. I know you are from West Palm and you graduated from Roosevelt High School. I know that part. But how did you know that you were a musical genius? What sparked your interest in music yeah, I guess at an early age? Tell us about that part, please.
Well, I think basically from the moment that I took my breath when I was born, I think my next sound was singing. and I was
Okay.
probably doing preparation in my mother's womb. So since that time, I've basically been in music all of my life. I'm told my musical dynasty begins with the Joseph family that hails from Kingsland, Georgia. But one of the funniest stories that I've heard is my sister in law, the late Margie Joseph. She was married to my oldest brother. She tells me this story about how, when I was little, you know, how all the little girls, when you take them in the stores, they wanted dolls and toys and all of this. And I would always say no. And when I would see a little piano, she said that I would start cheering and everything. So she says that she bought me this piano when I was very, very little, maybe 3 years old. And she used to carry me around on a pillow um, with that piano. And then moving forward a few years, when my mother and father, the late Andrew Joseph and Magnolia Joseph, were members of Friendship Missionary Baptist Church in West Palm Beach, um, I would go there. I would hear the gospel music. And my mom said that after church, there was a lady in our community. I was raised or reared on 4th and Sapodilla in West Palm Beach. And there was a lady in our neighborhood who had this upright piano. And after service, my mom would frequently take me over there, you know, just to say hi to her or to take her some food.
Mm-hmm.
She said I would point to that piano and she would put me up on that big bench. And she said that I would try to emulate the songs that I had heard in church, and I would just be banging on that piano. Anybody that knows about the upright piano, the keys are very hard and strong. I don't even know how they tolerated that. But they let me go through many episodes of singing and banging on that piano. Uh, and then moving forward, it was a summer. I think I was probably around 8 years old. I lived in Dunbar Village, and they were having summer enrichment program at Roosevelt High School, which was right across the street on 15th and Tamarind.
Mm-hmm.
My mother worked many, many jobs. I was the type of child who liked to explore and get involved. So we received the invitation, and my mom allowed me to at school. So
Okay.
during the summer,
You
you
sent a
talking to
picture.
me?
Yes, you sent a picture of your mom. And then
Yes,
was that the black and white one?
my
The black
grandmother.
and white picture of your mom? Let me see. I have it, and you sent
I was
the
leaving that,
list of names. Which one is that one?
yes, which
Okay,
I was
yes,
going to talk
thank
about
you.
that. We got to some
There
of the
she is
most
right there.
influential. Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So mom
Okay,
is, well, I'm facing it. My mom is on the right.
okay.
And my
Let me
grandmother,
put her
who
back
I'm
on
named
there.
after, my mother is on the right, Magnolia
Okay.
Joseph, and my
Mm-hmm.
grandmother, Iona Bird, I'm named after, is on the left.
Okay.
But anyway, my mom and my grandmother allowed me to enroll in this music classes. And I did so well through several books during that summer. And my mother and grandmother were so proud of me. And so my grandmother, Iona, said, "You want to learn to play the piano? You want to keep going with your piano?" And I said, "Yes." She said, "Well, are you a piano yet? You're going to have to just practice however you can." So me being very innovative, I practiced on the floor, and then I practiced on a cigar box for a couple of years.
Really?
And after
Okay.
I did, Um, and after I did well on that, my mother enrolled me in piano lesson with Miss Mariah Gillum. And your mother was talking about me last week. She said she
Yeah.
remembered when I was in the junior choir over at Antioch Missionary
Yeah.
Baptist Church.
Yes, she
I think
did.
around the age of 9. So I kept practicing on the piano and taking lessons. And at the age of 11, I became the musician for our Sunday school,
Oh,
as well
wow.
as choir. So listen, this is my music journey is very long. We could end up talking about that for many, many years.
Okay.
Many years, many hours, but however, let me see if I can fast forward a little bit. So I played the piano from 6th grade, okay, for my junior high school choir. And then when I got in high school, I played for the choirs at Roosevelt High School. Um, I played for many churches around here. I went on to, I'm excited this morning because you are an amazing woman that will bring me on
Oh,
your
thank you.
program.
Thank you. I'm honored to have you, of course.
Okay, so um, after graduating from high school, I went to Palm Beach Junior College. I went out there and I auditioned for a music scholarship. I graduated and I went on to Bethune-Cookman College. The choir came in town and I heard about it. So I said, I've got to get to that concert because I want to go to Bethune-Cookman. I want to go to an HBCU. So when I got there, I heard the dynamic choir. Afterwards, I went up to the director and said, I'm Iona Joseph, and I would love to attend your school. And he said, you will have to come to Daytona for your interview. I said, what?
Whoa.
How am I going to get how am I going to get 225 miles uh, from West Palm Beach without any transportation? But I
Mm,
told my mother, so they bought a one-way ticket.
mhm.
I caught a ride up there with some neighbors that I knew. So I went there for my audition and I got it. Okay. And a lot went on. I became the student director of our renowned choir. I was soprano soloist. I'm on recording with them. Uh, it was just an amazing venture and many other stuff. So when I came back, I was interested in opera. So I auditioned for the Palm Beach Opera.
Wow.
And I got a job with the Palm Beach Opera. And then I traveled to Europe and all of that. So here I am. I'm still in music. I play for almost all of the churches in Palm Beach County and have a good rapport with pastors. I'm gonna stop
That is
right there.
amazing. I didn't know about the opera. That's that.
Yes,
That
I
pushes
wanted to
us
be in the spot.
that you're already a step above a lot of people that's a step above a lot of people here. Wow, that is amazing. I wanted to ask you about the song that you made in honor of Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune. I'm gonna put her picture up here right quick. She did send it to me right there. And then you also have you sent me a couple other pictures, and I have like the pictures here, but I have the narrative on my phone, and I kind of got them mixed up a little bit. But help me, help me. I'm gonna show one picture at a time, and you could just give a narrative of each one. Okay, so we'll start with this one here.
Yeah, I'm going to sort of like direct you through this because
Okay,
there were people that were intricately involved in my being able to sing this song.
okay.
But anyway, let me go back to Bethune-Cookman was having their national convention here in West Palm Beach,
Okay.
and I was in charge of the music. So I we could have a song. So I commissioned my cousin, Marva Campbell, to write the song, but she was too busy to do this song that I had in mind. I wanted to write a song that contained the lyrics of a part of Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune's last will and testament. I leave you love, I
Oh.
leave you hope, the challenge of developing confidence.
Mm-hmm.
And initially, those were the lyrics that I used until I found out that I shouldn't be using them
Oh.
because the last will and testament belonged to Johnson and Johnson. So
Oh.
when
Okay.
yeah, and I was getting ready to record it, so I wanted permission. So I called the school. They told me I would have to get in contact with them. And when I called Johnson and Johnson, I was told that if I recorded those lyrics from the last will and testament, that I would be sued.
Wow.
So I didn't do it. I didn't do it. So I petitioned God
Right.
for some other lyrics to the song, which he made it very, very personable. I ended up writing a tribute song to Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune that highlights some of her history. And I was so excited about writing this song um, because she's one of my greatest inspirations. But I went on to write this song. Like, this is what happened. Even though I wrote the song with different lyrics and I recorded it, I still wanted to have a platform at Bethune Cookman because I
Right.
wanted them to hear the song. So get ready to pull up Miss Alma Horn.
Okay.
Get ready to
Wait a
pull up
minute.
Miss Alma Horn. We'll come back to the statue in a few minutes.
Okay. Let's see here.
You can pull up Miss Alma Horn. At one of our
Mm,
national conventions, Miss Alma Horn
don't
said,
make sure I have the right one. Okay, wait a minute. Not that. Hold on. I'm
yeah, I did
sorry.
a description. Go
Uh,
back.
okay, I see. I see.
I
I
think you
see.
need to go
Right
back.
here. Is that her?
No,
N-
take her out.
Uh, wait a
I'll
minute.
talk about her.
The one before?
Alma
No, that's
has
not.
gray
No.
hair.
Is that her? No, that's
Yes,
Carmen.
yes.
Okay, that's her. Okay.
That's Alma. That's Miss
Okay.
Alma Horn. Um, and she's a former principal for F. Kennedy. She is the wife of the famed Jimmy Bullhorn. But anyway, we were
Okay.
at the convention. Yes. And she said, Iona, I think this would be a great platform for you to introduce this song. I said, what? Because, I wasn't thinking of that. So she said, yes. She said, the national president owes me a favor. She says, so I think this would be the time for him to pay me for that favor. So she talked with him and everything. So the night of the banquet, which was that Saturday night, she said, you're going to sing the song. And she was the one that was instrumental in me singing that song at the national convention in Maryland. And the president of the university, of our university, gave me a standing ovation. And then he invited me to Bethune Cookman to sing that tribute song to Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune at the graduating seniors convocation, which was one of the highlights of my life.
Awesome. So, and
Okay, and
then,
moving on.
okay,
Go ahead.
I was gonna
Go ahead.
ask, did you want me to show the CD where it says "Depart to Serve"?
Right.
Um,
I'm coming to
this one
that.
here. Okay,
Okay, now,
back. Okay.
okay, this CD, and you're going to put the other lady back on the screen in a few minutes.
Okay.
Okay, not yet. The first one that you put up there.
Okay.
This is the CD that was presented to me at the unveiling of Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune's statue. marble statue
Mhm.
that's going to be in Statuary Hall, Washington, D.C., at the Capitol. It was presented by, I need Carmen, see her? The one that had on the blue? Yes.
Okay.
It was presented by, yes, Carmen and the staff of the Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune National Alumni Association. She went out and got funds from a commissioner, her husband, together to surprise me with that cover. And she put that CD in all of the guest bags at the unveiling at this historical event in Daytona at the News Journal Center.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune statue will be um, history. Okay, and Statuary Hall collection at the U.S. Capitol, Washington, D.C.
Mm-hmm.
Her statue was sculpted in Italy by decorated sculptor who's in the picture to the right, the lady in the white, and her name is Nilda Comas. And it will replace the statue of a Confederate general. And you know what? Standing 11 feet tall, that statue may look small, but standing 11 feet tall, weighing 6,000 pounds,
Wow.
okay, the statue will represent Florida, the first African American from Florida.
Excellent. Wow, that's
Okay,
amazing.
yeah. So, you know, my name is out there with that because of the song that I wrote.
So did
Let me see who else we have
I?
pictures. Yes, that was at the unveiling of the statue at the News Journal. That's a part of her exhibit there. You can see
Okay.
she's standing in front of the White House. Let's see, we got Carmen, Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune tribute. Okay. You have any more pictures with the statue?
I believe that was the last one with the statue. Um,
Okay,
yes,
great.
that was the last one. And then
But
you
what
also,
I want,
I'm sorry,
hold
go
on a
ahead.
second. Put Carmen on the screen, the
You
lady in
said
the
put
blue.
Carmen back. Uh-huh.
Yes. Carmen is my sorority sister. I'm a member of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated. She resides in Daytona Beach with her husband, and she's the president of the Iona Sigma chapter there. Kudos, ladies.
Kudos.
Thank you, Deborah.
You're welcome. So let's I want to talk about this. The queen.
Oh, well, this is one of my pictures. I've been queen twice for
Okay.
Bethune-Cookman. And how this works, yeah, I've been National Alumni Queen twice. Um, First in 1998, and this picture here is 2014, 2015. What happens is, in order to help our university defray costs for scholarships and operational things, they came up with a competition between alumni women, which would be the competition for this coveted crown and the honors that go. So Palm Beach County chose me to be the competitor. And what we do is we raise money. We raise as much money. That's one thing I love to do is fundraising. uh,
Right.
using my public relations skills um, to get money and get things done. So I raised the most money both times, and I became queen. And I also wrote my coronation song, a tribute to
Really?
uh, Mr. Mumbai.
Awesome. Well,
Yes.
speaking of public relations, we do know that Mr. Mr. Terry Green, the music mogul, I'm sorry, author of The
Yes.
Man, His Ministry and Music Career, has named you the Director of Public Relations for Faith Urban Music. Could you talk a little bit about that? What, your role in Faith Urban Music and your expertise in public relations and how you might be able to help Faith Urban Music?
Well, actually, I can tell you right now, that job is very difficult because Mr. Excuse me. Mr. Terry Green has been doing his PR himself for years. Multitasks. And we know that he's a renowned music mogul, entrepreneur, philanthropist, all of these things. But I'm hoping that he will allow me to do something um, to allow me to implement some of my God-given people skills. I haven't been trained for this. It's what God has given me to use, and I'm hoping He will allow me to use it to further magnify the man, his legacy, and his life. We know he's blown over the world.
Yes.
Ever know that even here in West Palm Beach and Riviera Beach, there are many people that don't know him. Okay, so by first being more visible in Riviera Beach and West Palm Beach and neighboring communities, being at various events, sharing his story, his materializing kid-friendly projects, and all of this. This is what I'm hoping he will allow me to do, being that he's in Atlanta. Okay,
Okay.
but on a local platform where I could be visible on his behalf to get people to know him more, to magnify him through all mediums, school, newspaper, church, everywhere.
Right.
Um, to those who know nothing, to those who know little about his humble beginnings and his setbacks, his setups, his illness, and yet he used the skills that are promoted in his book.
Right.
That just because something goes wrong, you don't have to give up. If you put in the work, you can still make it. You can rise again. You can be resilient. You can be perseverant in what you do. And this is the story that we want to get out, especially to our young people. And I think that athletes need it a lot,
Yes,
our
they do.
athletes, because
Mm.
sometimes they and other children come from um, broken homes or unsupported home, and then they gravitate towards sports and so forth. So I think when
Right.
they get to know about Mr. Terry Green and how he made it, they too will be able to see themselves being able to rise from anything, no matter, words hurt, no matter what people say, no matter what people do to you, you can rise again,
Yes,
as
I
Maya
agree.
Angelou said.
Yes.
So
Okay,
that's what
so
it's all about.
Um, I want to talk to you a little bit about your ministry. You've been all over the
Yes,
world with your ministry, and specifically your ministry partners who are here in Palm Beach County. That being world famous Mr. Ken Bowers and Pastor Teresa
yes.
Nelson. I know both of them, and
I am. Pastor Nelson. Yes, I am a part of um, with Ken Bowers Operation Hope.
yes,
I work with him, and he allows me to be a part of a lot of the great things that he do for people and for children, as well as Apostle Nelson. I've been in her ministry for many, many years. As a matter of fact, I remember where I met her. Several years ago, I was at Helen Wilkes Hotel for an event. I think I sang there. And I was getting ready to leave to go get in my car in the parking lot. I knew her sister, but I didn't know her. So she was just talking, 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 imparting positively and all of this. So she said, well, we're going to walk you to your car. I said, okay, I appreciate that. And that's been more than 20 years. They walked me to the parking lot. She transitioned me into her ministry, telling me she invited me to come do this and come preach, come pray. So I've been in her ministry for a long time,
mhm.
as well as Bowers. I haven't been in um, operation that long, but I've been with him. I'm basically at events that he has, and I sing at them most of the time.
Okay, fantastic. Now let's
Yeah.
go to family. Let's go to your the pictures you sent of your family. And we're gonna start with your son. And tell us about your son. I know he executive produced one of your songs. Um,
Oh yes. Um, Sean is my only child,
oh,
and of course he was born with the music in him as well. He was in music um, from middle school all through high school, as well as being a renowned athlete. But wait, actually, some of these songs that we've written, they're written right in our living room around the keyboard. You know, we may start
really?
off with something,
Mm,
yes, I or he may not even be intricately involved when I'm doing. He may be walking, have come over to our family home, and I'm singing and everything, and then he'll throw in a line. Uh, I said, "Oh, I like that," and we put bits and pieces together, and it becomes a song. Yes, he sings on the tribute to Dr. Mary McHopperton. We do
mhm.
a duet on that song. Um, Brighter Days Ahead. That is such a great song. I wrote that song when Barack Obama became president, and it's hip hopish. As
Yes.
soon as the children hear that beat, dun, 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 they start really bother. But the message we're talking about, there are brighter days ahead, and I think that's the message for today. As a matter of fact, I'm preaching a sermon tomorrow.
Really?
That's entitled, yes, it's entitled uh, God has not forgotten.
Oh,
And
wow.
it's
You
a
know what? That's much needed. Much need a much needed
oh
message.
yes, most definitely. It's not only about God hasn't forgotten where you are, but God hasn't forgotten about the commission that He's given us, even in times like this.
Yeah.
He has an expectation that we are to work the commission of preaching, praying, uh, reaching out by all means and methods, technology, to reach the masses so that they can become saved.
Yes.
The reason that God sent His Son to die for us, so that we could be joint heirs with Him. So I can't wait to preach that sermon. God has not forgotten. It's going to be off the chain.
One of the things that I
Yeah,
love about you is that you are a timeless beauty and you're current. And I love that your music encompasses everything: country music, rap, gospel, opera, hymns, collegiate band, everything. And I think that says a lot about you, and it makes you so diverse so that you are relatable. Young people, old people, middle-aged people can relate to everything that you're doing and everything that you have going on. I think it's for me, I think it's wonderful. That makes you phenomenal in my eyes, that you can
yes,
relate
but
to
I
all
think
of
that
these different music genres.
yeah, I think that's because that's the way God is.
Yes.
We
Not
can't
in the
hold God in a
box.
box.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So that's what He's imparted. And some people say, "Well, you ought to stick to this type of genre. You should do that." I said, "No. I've got to do what the Lord has given me to do. You have your job.
Right.
So I don't allow people to do that." I came out with this song. It's called "You Didn't Give Up on Me." That's a traditional song.
Mhm.
Let me tell you something. It's a great song, but before our great friend Pierre J. Pepe Hendricks passed away,
Yes.
he would always tell me, "Iona, do all of your music.
Yes.
Don't let anybody tell you what you are not supposed to do." And speaking on that, I was at one of Pepe's conferences over at Emmanuel Missionary Baptist Church, where your family are
Mhm.
members. I was sitting, I came to support Pepe, and I was sitting on the second pew on the south side,
Mhm.
coming from the front, second pew from the pulpit. And I was just sitting there and I was flowing in the spirit. Everything was going on, music was going on. This young man had just gotten up to preach. And then the melody to go forth, which is based on Matthew 28, came to me while I was just sitting there.
Mhm.
He said, "What are you waiting on, my daughters? What are you waiting on, my son? Why is it taking you so long to do what I told you to do?" I just, Pepe was so he he wrote the goals and the principles for my corporation, um, Life Global Ministry. I mean, he was just there, to help you. He played for me on many, many occasions. He wrote a song for me. He wrote a
Wow.
worship song, but he didn't want me to sing it in my uh, church voice. I came to rehearse. He said, "No, no, no, no. I want you to sing in your classical voice."
Mhm.
So I did that. And at his homegoing, he had already told his mother he wanted me to sing all that.
Mm.
Jehovah Jireh, that one, my
Yes.
provider. So I did that at his funeral.
Mm.
And
Wow, greatly missed.
his mom and I are classmates, and we grew up together in Dunbar Village, and we're still friends.
Okay.
I'm still saying over Ephesus.
Okay.
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay, so speaking of rap, I want to talk I want to ask you to tell us about um this artist, K Slim, from the streets to the church.
Yes.
I love gospel hip hop rap artists. I don't know what it is about them, and probably because I work with them. I don't know if you remember urban gospel artist Redeem, who used to come up here. We used to have a lot of gospel hip hop artists that we would work with to go around and minister to young people. So I love, you know, people like K Slim who, you know, put their testimony out there in efforts to help others. So tell us about K Slim, please.
Oh, okay, I will. I'm a rapper too. I didn't know that until I came out
I
with Brighter
saw.
Days Ahead. And my granddaughter, my granddaughter, I'll show her picture after a while. My
Okay.
granddaughter put this slide. I'm going to be talking about Case now, but after I talk about Slay Case, can you put her on the screen? Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Okay.
My granddaughter, Chelsea Joseph, that's my son's daughter.
Mhm.
She put this line in Brighter Days Ahead. What you waiting on? What you waiting on, huh? What you wait? And then I was on a program at Greater Bethel. And when I looked on the program and I saw Reverend Iona Gamble, rapper, I couldn't believe it because most of the people around here know me as an opera diva. Uh, so yeah, I rap too. I rap in the classroom with my students. But let's talk about this. K Snam, street to the church, is going to be with me on tomorrow
Okay.
at
Fantastic.
First Corinthian Missionary Baptist Church. That's where I'm preaching
Okay.
at. 2826 Broadway, Suite 103, River Beach. Um, K Slim is amazing. He's going to be there doing some of his rap ministry,
Okay.
and he's the designer and the producer of my upcoming video for Brighter Days Ahead.
Hey,
It's gonna be
video.
so off the chain. It's gonna blow everybody away because this guy right here is authentic. I mean, his God, he meditates on the words of the song, and God gives him these visions. He told me, well, I don't want to surprise you. I had to go out and get this outfit. He hasn't seen it yet, but it's going to be used in the video. uh, and his this video is going to be the thoughts, the visions coming out of his mind that God
Mhm.
has anointed for such a time as this. He said that the Lord told him to come to me and do this. So I believe this
Fantastic.
is my season. You know,
Hallelujah.
Terry Green said he got in contact with me because he wants to help advance my career. He said, and guess what, Iona? It's going to be big because you haven't gotten off of Rosemary yet. You know, Rosemary Avenue. He said, you haven't gotten off of Tamron. So
Well, look,
that, you know,
looks like you're on your way. And I've seen K
yes, through
Slim
that
before.
music.
I've seen K Slim
Huh?
that. I've seen him before. K Slim. I've
KCF. Mm-hmm.
Right. Now, what I
Yes.
can't remember is where, but I would say I don't know if it was somewhere in outside of it, and I want to say Macedonia, but don't quote me on that. But yes, there definitely a positive message in the music, and I believe it was at Macedonia. There was a
Yeah, everywhere.
outside event.
He's done stuff with Peppy too. So
Yeah,
he's
maybe
been
that's where I know
everywhere.
him from. Yeah. All right, so we're looking
Mhm.
forward to the video and everything. I'm excited for you
Oh,
about
it's
that.
gonna be slamming. Trust me.
All right, so we're gonna move along and talk about your granddaughter. First of all, the off the chain plates that she makes that you put on Facebook, her culinary skills and whatnot, and whatever you want to mention
Yeah.
about her.
Oh, my granddaughter is very musical, but
Hmm.
she's shy. Okay.
Really?
And her other
Hmm.
grandmother is Gwendolyn Gatlin Scruggs,
Yes,
the
yes,
minister
yes,
of
yes,
music. So you know she has that music DNA in her
yes, yes.
from the Joseph side and from the Gatlin side.
Hmm.
So she imparts, you know, she can hear music. I tried to get her to play, but I didn't, you know, I didn't raise her. Uh, I started being with her a lot around the age of 14 and up until adulthood. So she She went on to get her license. She's a certified chef. She graduated from Florida Culinary Institute. She has her business. I think it's called Blazing Cuisine or something like that. Ken Bowers and Apostle Nelson incorporates her into what they're doing. Miss Edith Bush,
Yeah.
uh, who is the CEO and director of the MLK Committee Committee, of which she and I are members, and we're going to be in her book. Because,
Fantastic.
yes, we're going to be in this book because my granddaughter did an inaugural montage for her this year for the award breakfast, and
Mhm.
everybody liked it. So Miss Bush has made that into a magazine, but she also solicited information about my granddaughter and I for her upcoming book. So we're looking for great things for my granddaughter as she moves forward, and she loves her family. Her mother is, and everybody knows this world-renowned young lady, Avis Chapman Reed.
Oh, yes. Everybody knows Avis.
But listen, Deborah,
Mhm.
Deborah, look,
Yes.
I didn't talk much about this book, this
Oh,
magazine.
yeah. Yes, please talk about Gospel Updates magazine, please. I have my copy
Put
here too.
Terry back up there, Mr. Terry Green. Oh, yes. If you could put Mr. Terry Green picture back up there, the man, the music.
Yes, there he is.
Yes. So when Mr. Green contacted me during the time that one of our legendary um, musicians passed away, that was the initial contact that I could recall from him, was when he was calling to be a philanthropist and to donate some money to the cause of uh, the burial of this person.
Oh,
And then about a month and a half later, he gave me a call and asked me, did I want help with my music career? He said he knew a lot about me. He grew up here. He knew my nieces that was in his graduating class, and all, but I didn't know him. I know his family, Kashamba and
right.
Joe Anderson. I know his sister. I knew of his father, entrepreneur. You know his mother. I know about everybody, but I didn't know Mr. Terry Green. I knew about Donald Gibson and David. But anyway, he asked me would I like some help. I said yeah. So he said okay. He said now I'm a serious person. You know, if you're not gonna do this, let me know. I don't waste my time with people. So I said, I'm a serious person too. I said, and I've been looking. I said, I'm already, I already have what it takes. I have all this music. And I said, Mr. Green, it has gotten out of West Palm Beach. I said, because I heard it, some of my music in Chicago and
Mhm.
South Carolina and all these other places. He said, but I'm going to take you further than that. I said, what? He said, yeah, because God said so. I said, well, if God is in
Right.
it, I'm for it. So what he did was he said, okay, the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to put you in this magazine that's owned by Mr. Larry Robinson. He said you in the magazine with me. And he said, now you know that stands for something. I said, yes, I know, Mr. Green. And he said, I'm going to put you in that magazine with some other renowned artists, and it's going to go worldwide. I said, well, okay, let's do it. So um, he put me in this magazine. I couldn't believe that this magazine is beautiful. And he said he was going to give me 2 pages. He put me in this
Yes.
magazine. He gave me 2 pages.
And
Yes.
they are
And now,
beautiful.
sorry, yes, I'm sorry, all over the world because of Mr. Green. He told me I needed to get a website. He said I need to take some more pictures. He said he's going to put me on his website until my granddaughter finishes the one that she's doing for me. He told me I needed to let people know where my music is, and we're going to be moving forward from there. So I'm eternally grateful that Mr. Terry Green would take out of his busy schedule to help a little girl from Dunbar Village.
You
Amen.
know, and I'm
That,
I'm so glad I got a copy because right after I ordered my copy, which by the way was the second printing, they sold out of the first printing in like 2 or 3 days. They reprinted, and then I was able to grab one off of the reprinting, and then I did another interview. I think that was with the interview I did with Terry, I believe. And then I was telling people to go get it, but then when I went online, they were all sold out. So this is a keepsake. Like I said, you can go to gospelupdates.com, I believe. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
gospelupdates.com. And you could get a copy of the magazine at gospelupdates.com. I don't know if they're reprinting this one, but they do have the issue online where you can actually virtually flip through the pages and you will see Reverend Iona with her. Now, I think you were the only one with the two-page spread and in the middle. How about that?
Mr. Green did it. Mr. Green is, he is the man. He got it going on.
I love it. So I'm going to keep this. And then when I do finally get out to start going back to things, I want you to sign my pages in the magazine, please.
Now, we have these influential
Yes.
women, which
Yes.
I've talked about my mother and my grandmother. Uh,
Yes.
Specifically, my mother. My mother is number one role model. She's deceased now. That's my mother on the right.
Mhm.
My mother loved her children. She prioritized her children. She gave her life for her children. My mother used to work. I used to walk. I learned a lot from my mother. I used to see her walking, and she had worked so much until the soles were coming off her shoes.
Wow.
But she kept on working for her children. And she used to say, Iona, I know that you're going to grow up and you're going to be somebody. I said, yes, ma'am. I said, I'm learning a lot from you, your strength, confidence, your focus. My mother, even with cancer, continued to work
Mm.
um, for the wealthy white people and the Dixie Laundry. She went back to she went back to school and she got her GED when she was battling with cancer.
Mm.
When I became Miss Alumni the first time, I dedicated reign to my mother, who was just a phenomenal woman. I don't know. I mean, I've learned in history about a lot of great women, but I don't know anyone that's great that's any greater than my mother because she never gave up, even in her weakest moments. She said that I will always love you all.
Mm.
So she is my greatest. She's my greatest hero. She gave her all for me. And
Beautiful.
then if you can scroll down, well, I said Mary McLeod Bethune.
Yeah.
I said anybody that could take five little girls, a dollar and a half, faith in God, and visualize a school, take Rockefeller to a dumpster, and she says, "I see a school."
Mm.
I marvel at this woman's strength. Scroll down before that. I don't know before or after, because that's one of my teachers. Do you see a young lady in black and white?
Yes, right here.
Keep going. Up,
I think. Uh,
right? I thought she was under Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune.
mm, no, I see your mom under there. Your teachers, and then uh, Carmen. So these we've already shown these two, and so I have
Show the
three.
pictures. Show the picture.
I
Let me
have
see
three
if I
that
can see
left.
her.
I have this one.
Keep going. I'll tell you when to stop. But I think it's up further because these are my teachers. I put them
Okay,
I
let's
put
see.
them under her. Maybe I can send
No,
this picture to her.
I think
Send
I
this picture
have.
to you. She has black and white.
Black and white. I don't see another black and white one here. So yes, please send that one to me, and I can
I'm
go
here
ahead and upload
to
it.
you. Like, you want me to send it to you?
Yes, please.
Because I really want her picture to be up there. But let me talk. I'll talk about my teachers.
Okay.
Other influential women in my life were my teachers. This picture here is Miss Gaddy Felder.
Hmm.
Okay, the next picture is Miss Gertrude Utsi. Yes, and the last one I think is
This was.
Miss Marie. These teachers imparted so much wisdom in me, even without having adequate materials to use um, in the 60s. They were very creative. And in their teaching, whether they were teaching math, science, social studies, whatever it may be, they would always impart life stories. Because a
Hmm.
lot of times when I went to school, I was burdened from what had occurred at home. And even though I was looking to learn all of these subjects, I was still looking for a way to deal with my situation. And it's one teacher that I don't have on here, Miss Parrish. She could take a poem,
Hmm.
um, and in that, because they like for us to have discussions too. They didn't just talk. They wanted our thoughts and ideas. But who's that Robert Frost poem? Always diverge in an open field. One was less traveled by, and all that type of stuff. That's how I got my idea. I can say,
Hmm.
okay, I travel all these different roads. I don't have to be one dimensional. But some people say in order for you to be perfect in something, you need to be one dimensional. Okay, well, I said maybe I don't have to be perfect in all these things. God gave me this stuff, and my
Right.
teacher is saying that I don't have to go down the road that's most populated.
Right.
I could go down the road that's less traveled by. So I'm just trying to say that they were very influential people uh, in my life. I'm hoping that I could be able to send this to you before. Oh no, we don't have no time. Okay. Now my goddaughter. Oh my God. I'm going to send you this picture right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna send it to you as I talk. Okay. Forward. Octavia Bowie uh, was one of my middle school students at Boca Middle. Okay. And
Okay.
she wanted to be my goddaughter. I'm sending the picture as we speak. Let me know if you got it.
Okay. And wait for it to come through.
Okay, she went on. I mean, I taught middle school there, and then a few years later, I transferred to Coniston Middle School, where I stayed for many years, and I graduated. I mean, I taught for 39 and a half years before I retired.
Hmm.
I taught 30 and a half consecutive years.
Oh, when you said black and white, I thought you meant it was in black and white. Okay, that's why I was like, I don't see
No,
that one.
you have it, don't you?
Yes, let
You
me
have it? I
I
know.
have it. I have it on my phone and I'm going to upload it right now. How did I
Yeah,
miss
because
that
I
one?
organized all this stuff. So, but anyway, Octavia has been one of my inspiration because for years she has been fighting a debilitating illness,
Mhm.
muscular dystrophy. But this young lady does not relent. She doesn't give up. She's a prophetess. She's a prayer warrior. She's an amazing mother, grandmother, missionary, and I am so proud of her. And I wanted to say publicly to her, thank you very much for always lifting me in prayer. Even when I call her, sometimes I feel that she's hurting, but she won't tell me. She'll say, I'm doing good, Gotti. I said, I feel that you're in pain, but she says, all right, God is good. And if I'm having a kind of bad day, I can always call her because I know that she's going to speak into my life. Is the picture still uploading?
Yes, it's uploading. Sorry. This
Oh, it's okay.
computer
Um,
is coming in
it's
just a
okay.
second.
And
I
she's always sending me cards to say, I love you.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Don't worry about nothing. I'm here for you. Um, you're the best godmother that anyone could ever have. And it's just a blessing that she's in my life. And I want to say
I
to all of my Facebook friends, colleagues, um, family who tuned in today, that I really appreciate it. You didn't have to take out of your busy
There
Saturday
she is.
schedule, but for me, you did it. There's Octavia. You see, she's in
Mhm.
she's in a wheelchair.
Yes.
She's confined to the wheelchair and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But we had some great times. I'm telling you, before COVID, she would get in the transportation that takes her everywhere. I mean, we
Mhm.
were all over the place. We were city place. We were at the mall in Boynton. We just went everywhere. When I was in like Walsh, she came.
Mhm.
She comes to hear me preach. Oh my God, this young lady right here is off the chain. So people, don't you ever give up on your dreams. I don't care what happens. You do like Michelle Obama says, when they speak evil of you, you go high.
Right.
When they go low, you go
You go
high,
high.
and you
Yep.
keep on pushing because this is what Octavia is doing. She
Right.
she gets. I used to put on Facebook for her to preach and to pray for people. Um, so she's a light in this dark world, and I want you to know that God not forgotten his promises, and he hasn't forgotten what he said that he's going to do because God is not a man that he can lie.
That's right.
Amen.
Amen.
And there are brighter days ahead. There are brighter days ahead. No matter
Oh yeah.
what.
Oh yeah.
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling good.
Fantastic.
I'm pressing forward. I'm
Yes.
going forth in Jesus' name. Oh, wow. You, Miss Deborah.
Thank you. And like you were saying, we want to thank everyone for tuning in and thank you for forgiving me for my hiccups. I learned something every Saturday morning, especially when I'm doing this live. It's just, things happen and I do
Uh,
apologize, about the the mix up with the pictures. And what I did was I saved the
Oh
pictures to the
no.
program that we're using, and I had the narrative over on my email, and so I got that mixed up.
Everything was great. If you could
Thank
just put
you.
that picture up on K Slim as we go out, so
Yes,
everybody would know where I am tomorrow.
yes.
They can be virtual, or you can come in person,
Okay,
because
awesome.
the preacher, not me, the preacher,
Mm,
but the Holy Spirit will be preaching. God has not forgotten. Amen.
awesome. Amen. So that's going to be tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. at First Corinthians Missionary Baptist Church. The address is 2826 Broadway, Suite 103, right in the great city of Riviera Beach.
Where Pastor Reuben Anderson
Oh, Pastor
officiates.
Anderson. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So, we're gonna wrap up now. Are there any last words that you want to give us before we sign off? And again, thank you so much for coming on. I really enjoyed talking to you. And for Black Music Month in June, I want to bring you back on and let's talk all things music, all genres of music. Let's talk country music. I love country music.
Yes,
So I
yes.
definitely have you come back on in June for Black Music Month. But anyway, any last verse that you want to share with us before we sign off?
I just want to thank, okay, everybody. That's the reason why I made this kind of like a pictorial,
Yeah.
because I didn't do what I did, and I'm not where I am because of my own. First and foremost, God, through his son Jesus Christ, who called me as a little girl and prepared me and commissioned me. I want to thank him first and foremost. Um, to everybody that planted a seed of knowledge or shedded a tear or a prayer, I express my gratitude. Even to my haters. Come on here, somebody.
Okay.
I love
Especially
you.
okay.
I can't, I'm unstoppable.
Yes.
Um, I'm just blessed to be here because I've been through a lot of trials and tragedies and setbacks set up, but nevertheless, uh, the Lord said in his word in Job, your ladder, I know you're hollering right now, your ladder shall be greater than your past. And because the Lord did not give up on me, I'm still standing. And guess what? The best, come on, help me say it, Deborah. The
The
best
best is
is
yet to
yet,
come.
and
To
it's here
come.
right now.
Oh yeah.
Amen.
I love it.
Y'all be
Amen.
happy. Have a great day. I'm going to have a marvelous day. I'm going to have a marvelous day.
Yes.
So you do the
Yes.
same, okay?
I
Let's
will.
go,
All
Wildcats.
all right. Okay. I guess I have to say let's go Wildcats, even though I am a Rattler, but that's okay.
We're all in this together, right? Are we in this? Are we all in this together?
Yes, we are. We're all in this together. All right. So thank you again. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Please, the best way to support is to like this video and please share, share, share. Let everyone know that the Reverend Iona Joseph Gamble was in the South Florida Gospel News Radio studio today. And we will see you all next week at 10 a.m. Everybody take care. Thank you. Bye.
See you then.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye. How do you click here? Okay.